This is a normal front disc brake bracket assembly ready to be inspected and prepared for new brake pads. This is a rear disc brake bracket assembly that has been purposely damaged by auto dealership without a doubt. After 6 years, this is a Toyota dealership we no longer do business with. And finally, this YouTube video was made possible due to this little man, our ex-Toyota service manager. Welcome to Brijan. Enjoy the video. The best vehicle we have ever owned by far is our Toyota RAV4 Limited Edition. For 6 years, we faithfully took our RAV4 to be properly maintained exclusively at the Toyota dealership where we had purchased the vehicle. Then there was an incident with the maintenance manager that gave us cause to question the dealership that we had been loyal to for so many years, which led us to bring you the video you are now watching, the reason we now perform brake and rotor jobs ourselves. Our original intention was to make a YouTube video of a complete front and rear brake and rotor job on our RAV4, but instead we uncovered something disturbing. The full story is a little lengthy for a YouTube video, and for those that are interested, we give more detail of the entire story in the description section. The short story is that we dropped a RAV off for an overnight stay to have a front end shimmy looked at and fixed. When we returned the following day to pick up the vehicle, we were confronted by this little man, the service department manager, and he was furious. When we dropped the RAV off in the parking area for an overnight stay, not thinking, we locked the car and left a spare key incapable of disabling the alarm system, an honest mistake on our part. He was livid for the next 5 minutes, going into deep detail what had to be done to get in the car. He said it took them 45 minutes to get the alarm to stop. We were afraid to even ask why a phone call was not made to us. We just kept apologizing. But anyhow, on with the short version of the story. This is what a normal brake assembly should look like when they have been properly maintained and are ready to have the pads replaced. After the unpleasant experience we had with the service manager on our last visit to our trusted Toyota dealership, and when we began to have issues with our rear brakes, we decided to examine the rear brake work that had been done by them. This is what we found when removing them for inspection. The wear on the inner brake pad was worn down to near nothing, and the outer brake pad still had lots of wear left. The clip that is on the thin side began to make squealing noise against the rotor, so we figured it was time for new brake pads. The tape on the brake pads is just our tagging, so we know which pad was in which position. When we take the brake pad assembly apart, we notice that the clips look like they have never been replaced. When we went to remove the slider pins, we discovered that neither one would slide in and out. One of the pins broke off when we were trying to remove it and found out it was rusted in solid. The boots on the pins have no holes and are installed fine, and no way for any moisture or dirt to get into the slider pins to cause this to happen. When we cut away the boot, you can see the second pin is rusted in solid too. Examining the boot, you can see that the boot had no holes or slits in for water or anything to get in. This is the rear brake assembly from the other tire. Both slider pins on this side are also rusted solid, and there was no damage to the boots, so nothing would be able to get in to cause this. Every mechanic we talked to said the same thing. One slider pin could possibly go bad, but not all four at the same time. All four slider pins corroding at the same time just never happens. Something like muriatic or sulfuric acid or some other corrosive chemical was purposely put on the slider pins at the dealership to cause all four to be rusted solid. We now had to purchase brand new rear brake brackets, slider pins, and boots for both sides, and also new brake pads, clips, and rotors, and do the job ourselves. This is how slider pins should work when properly greased. And that's our Toyota brake scam story. We have no other information, and all we can do now is speculate. Is this what dealerships do to unsuspecting loyal customers? You could certainly increase profits by pulling this scam because only half your brake pads have been worn when the wear indicators start making noise. So you have your brakes replaced at your trusted car dealer in only half the time they should have been. You could be spending twice the money you need to just to maintain your brakes. If a dealership with a large loyal customer base did this to all of his customers, he would stand to gain a lot of money. Or were we just singled out for revenge because of our car alarm snafu? We will never know. But what we do know is that we will probably always own a Toyota, and on occasion, it will have to be left at a Toyota dealership to be worked on. The only defense we have is to do any work on the vehicle ourselves if it is possible. And for the times we don't have the talent or equipment to fix or maintain something, and the garage has to be involved, we will be closely inspecting any work that has been done from now on. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.